We're live from Chevy Chase.
Welcome back. It's now time for our couch combo, and our guest needs no introduction for Big Blue Nation. He's one of the most iconic names in Kentucky basketball history, and he's also a lot of fun and a great sport. We have Kyle Macy. He's hitting the road to share a story with fans about his new book. He's co-written with John Wong, and we welcome both of you to the show, and thank you for sporting your version of the skivvy scarf.
I kind of like it, yes.
Yes, this is the Christmas version.
Yes.
It looks a little Irish, and I've got some Irish in my blood. So
There
yeah,
you go.
Well, thank you for endorsing our new product.
Yeah.
Sure,
You look amazing.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, I don't know if it'll be a hit or not, but we needed a celebrity endorsement.
Yes.
Okay.
So we
I'm
appreciate
your guy.
you
Okay,
coming on board
good.
with that.
Yeah.
It is so good to have you here.
Thanks for having us.
And to
Appreciate
have
it.
you here back.
Thank you for having us.
You're busy, busy, busy.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this new book and tell everybody about it and what inspired you to write it.
Well, it's called From the Rafters of Rupp, and basically it's interviews that I did with former players that have their jerseys retired and hanging from the rafters of Rupp. And so it's a great coffee table style book, a lot of pictures, a lot of great interviews. We feel like where the player basically tell their story of their experience getting to Kentucky, their time at Kentucky, and even after. And so when you read the book, by the end of the book, you now understand the history and the tradition of Kentucky basketball, and that's really, what makes it so special. So I started out, one of the reasons was for some of the younger generation. I don't think they really know about some of the great players and things that happened at Kentucky to get to where we are now. I mean, there's great players now as well, but it takes time to develop that and build that.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, we grew up with you, so
Yeah.
we definitely know about you and the tradition.
Yes.
And we are just so excited for you to be here today. But Dr. Wong, you have been involved in many books with UK and the University of Kentucky. What made you decide to collaborate with Kyle?
Well, we had a mutual friend of ours, Coach Dennis Emery, who was a longtime coach at the University of Kentucky. And Kyle is really into tennis in his 4th or 5th career right now. He's a man of many talents.
I'm trying to find what I can do.
And so Coach Emery kind of got us together, thought that this would be a fabulous project, a legacy project for the University of Kentucky. So,
Yeah, and so exciting. I think it's going to make a great Christmas present, by the way.
Absolutely. Yeah.
We definitely want to order it. But you're on tour now. You're going to all these different places around Lexington, around the state.
One of the things in getting it out there, we weren't real happy the way it was being distributed, so we kind of took it in our own hands, put together this tour. And so, yeah, I'm going out. Went to Corbin yesterday. Tomorrow I'm in London at lunch and Danville in the evening, and then kind of work our way west. So, and here in Lexington, if anyone's interested in coming out and getting a book, and I'll personalize it and, put their name and my name on it or whatever they want. And that'll be the 28th of September over at McLeod's on Southland Drive.
Oh, great little coffee shop. Yeah.
So.
That's so nice.
That's awesome. So you do have a huge fan base, and it's going to continue to grow with the younger generation as they get educated. Do you have any crazy fan stories? Like, is there somebody that's just been super
Has anybody given you a pair of underwear to sign?
Excuse me? Well, one of the craziest things, we used to play Notre Dame in Freedom Hall the night before New Year's Day, so New Year's Eve. So Coach Hall would have us do a shoot around during the day just to kind of get out of bed and move around and shoot. But they opened it up to public, and we would get about 10,000 people out for practice. And afterwards, they'd set up tables around the floor, and you could come over and get the players' autographs. And I was next to Rick Roby, who was very popular, when we played. And all of a sudden, someone got behind him and tried to clip a snippet of his hair. And
What?
Yeah. So. He's pretty committed.
That's a crazy fan.
Yes, a little scary.
Yeah.
And knowing Rick, if they had just asked, he probably would have given him one.
Oh, such a generous person. Well, you mentioned Joe B. Hall, a legendary coach at UK. Do you have any other stories about Coach Hall?
Yeah, I have all kinds of stories about Coach Hall. I kind of feel like I had a special relationship with him in that I turned him down the first time when he was recruiting me to come here. Kentucky had just made the Final Four, and I was like a 160-pound weakling up in northern Indiana. So, but when I decided to transfer, he was the first call I made. And so from the year before where he was recruiting me heavily to the next year where I was recruiting myself to him to give me a chance. And so I set up a meeting and we talked about an hour. And I think it was maybe the last couple of minutes when he finally gave me. And that whole time he was just serious, deadpan. I had no indication he was even interested.
Oh, wow.
And then finally he said, well, yeah, I guess we can give it a try.
Sounds just like him.
I've heard
Well,
that voice quite a while.
Yeah, I know you have to have so many amazing stories in this book, in this interview. Dr. Vaughn, what has surprised you the most about going through these interviews and hearing all these stories?
Well, as a co-author, you're expected to write a lot of this, but one of the first things Kyle told me right from the get-go was that he's able to write. He's not only an All-American on the court, but he's an academic All-American.
Yeah.
Wow.
So what really surprised me was Kyle himself, you know, how personal he is, how he's able to relate to a lot of these players, and he tells a heck of a story in this book.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. Being a former player, you have that bond with other players.
Right.
And the only person that was a player that has her jersey retired that turned us down was Pat Riley.
Really?
Yeah, he was, as we were told, he was trying to limit his social exposure, social media exposure.
Wow.
So,
Okay,
yeah.
we're trying to expand ours.
Yeah.
So we don't understand that.
right.
But everybody is just so passionate about Kentucky basketball. And so I know they're going to enjoy looking at all of the old photos.
Yeah.
Were they hard to come by? Were they easily accessible?
I stayed on the players quite a bit. That may have been one of the hardest things. It wasn't hard to get them to say yes, they do an interview and do the interviews, but it was more, just to follow up and keep sending any pictures you have when you were young, during your college days or whatever.
That's so neat.
We're real proud of it. It's a very proud book.
Yeah, a lot of those pictures are so unique. You probably haven't seen them anyplace else here from the players' personal archives. So.
Cool.
Well, when's the book coming out about your tennis career and you being a tennis coach?
I've got to work on that a little bit more.
Yeah, you've been at LCA for a long time. Nobody knew.
Really? Yeah, we finished second in the state one year, but I've been there. I think this is my 19th season.
Well,
So
congratulations.
played
I
growing
think
up.
people knew Tim.
I didn't know. I didn't know.
So after
So-
the underwear on his head, I don't think
Yeah,
his
there goes my
career is-
tennis career.
It's probably not going anywhere.
But I still, I like playing as well. But the coaching is always fun to work with the kids and hopefully have a positive influence on them.
Yeah, you're probably giving some of the same lessons that you learned from your historic coaches to our
Definitely.
younger generation, which is awesome.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, thank you all for being
Yeah,
here
thank
today.
you. So September
having us.
28th, they can come see you at McLeod's here in Lexington, but then they can find you at other places throughout the state.
Yeah, we'll start, like I said, in London and Danville tomorrow, and then we'll work our way west.
Okay, awesome. Okay,
Thank you,
we're going to have
gentlemen.
all of the information from the Rafters at Rupp on your screen.